Hi everyone, today I wanted to talk to you about this beauty on my head, and that is Amber by Jon Renau. I have Amber in the shade 12Fs8 or shaded Praline, and I've had Amber for a little while and I don't wear her as much because she is my date night hair, or one of my date night hair wigs. So if you'd like to hear more about Amber and would like to see what she looks like in full length, then keep on watching. So Amber by Jon Renau is part of the SmartLace collection. It is a beautifully soft synthetic fibre wig and she's really long. So if I step back so you can see the whole thing in the camera, she comes to boob length. So on me, she's probably around full length, 20 to 21 inches, but I will measure it and put it up on screen just so you know the dimensions. She has a very beautiful swooping bang on either side, which I think gives it a bit more of a glam look. It's not just that long bang or a long fringe, and she is quite layered and has this beautiful curl. So Amber is definitely on the glamorous side, and I wouldn't call it a daily wig, but if you're into waves and curls and you know that more feminine and sultry look, then you go for it. You can probably get away with it. So I have Amber in the shade shaded Praline, so 12Fs8. Shaded Praline has been one of my most favorite shades from Jon Renau from the get-go. So I lost my hair around 2.5 years ago. So the first wig that I owned was a Jon Renau Heidi in 12Fs8, as well as an Alessandra in 12Fs8. So 12Fs8 has been one of my most favorite shades until I found Palm Springs Blonde. But I still enjoy this shade, even though it is slightly more golden and warmer. But I do think it's a stunning shade. It's probably one of the most well-known Jon Renau blondes, in addition to Palm Springs Blonde and those new summer blonde shades. So 12Fs8, let me describe this color to you. I'm sure everyone has seen this shade before. They might not have seen it on Amber, but I do think there are some slight inconsistencies from wig to wig in this shade range. So I have quite a few 12Fs8s, so I can say with certainty that the 12Fs8s do vary between styles. So something to consider when you're looking at shades in the Jon Renau range. So the shade 12Fs8 can be described as a medium golden blonde on a light golden brown nape. So as you can see here, the nape on Amber is actually quite darker than the top layer. It has some platinum highlights throughout. This one doesn't have as much platinum highlights as my Sarah does, and I will put Sarah up on the screen so that you can see what it looks like close to each other. So I think this one has a little bit more gold and more medium brown or a light brown base rather than the platinum highlights that Sarah does. And it does have a medium brown root. This is one of the things that I really like about Jon Renau is they do cater to people who enjoy dark roots without those massive black knots. So Amber does have slightly large knots, but I found that in some of the other wigs that I own, like Sarah or Alessandra, the knots are a little bit smaller. So I actually wear Amber with some powder, and you can see that it does cover it up quite nicely. So this is the medium brown root. So that is the 8, which gives the overall beautiful color blend. And yeah, I still really do enjoy this shade, as well as Palm Springs Blonde, which is a cooler blonde. So let me do a 360 so you can see what this looks like from more angles. I might need to move a little bit far away from the camera, and I'm warning you that I am wearing my pajamas today, so you might get a bit of a peek of my pajama shorts. So yes, please don't be offended. So this is Amber from the front. As you can see, she has the most beautiful, voluminous curls in the back. So mine has dropped just a little bit, and she's not as curly as when I first got her. So I'd like to note here that I actually purchased this from a wig sister who had worn her once, or maybe even just tried her on once. So she was essentially brand new when I purchased her, and I got her for such a great deal. So yeah, I'm really happy with Amber, and as I mentioned, she is great date night hair or event hair, and I interchange Amber with some of my other wigs for those special events. But I really do love the way that these curls just cascade, and it has those really pretty layers that just adds a little bit more volume to the extreme length. So yeah, I can't speak highly enough about Amber. So let me take off the cap so I can show you what Amber looks like from the inside, and then I'll talk to you a little bit about the cap size and some of the features. So let me show you the shade up close. As you can see, it is a beautiful honey blonde blend. Down the bottom, you can see more of that light ashy brown tone, or that light honey brown. This one does not have as many really pale blonde highlights. It does have a few, as you can see, sporadically throughout, but it doesn't have those chunky platinum highlights or those really light blonde highlights that my Sarah does. So I'm always going to compare these two because they're the only two curly wigs that I own. And I'm actually really glad that they're both Jon Renau, because I'm able to compare both to each other. So as I mentioned previously, this is from the SmartLace collection. It has a beautiful monofilament, double monofilament top, and so you can part in any direction and it looks like scalp. It has a hand-tied lace front. There you can see I've added the powder to the part, and just to make it look a little bit more realistic. It is a very, very comfortable cap and a very comfortable lace. I find that my scalp is not itchy with this wig and the lace front, so I find it is really quite nice actually. It does have a wefted cap, and it has an extended nape with some metal stays inside, so they're quite nice as well. They're quite firm, and it has Velcro adjusters. So it has your standard little ear tabs right here. So they're not very large. As you can see, they're about a finger width outside of the head, but that's okay. However, the Amber cap is probably closer to a Petite. This is the average Amber. I think Amber comes out in large as well, but I find that the cap is super snug, and my head size is around 21 inches in circumference. And I find that Amber's cap is slightly small and it's very snug. So I think she would fit definitely a petite to average. An average will just be able to put this on. If you do have a larger head size, then definitely go up to a large. If you're on slightly bigger than average, definitely go with a large. This is quite snug on my head and doesn't stretch any further. I'll actually demonstrate that when I put it back on, because I find that the wig cap sizing is a little bit different from model to model, from style to style, and Amber does have a small wig cap, which is fine. It fits me perfectly, but it is just that little bit snug. I'm going to put Amber back on and I will be right back. So when I put Amber on, that's a really attractive look. So when I put Amber on, you can see how far back she sits. So I know that you're not supposed to do this with a wig, but that's the only way I can get her to fit, is to drag the front. The ear tabs are quite high, similar to Sarah. So there is that little gap here, but I think that's the norm with wigs now. I find it's a little bit difficult to get a closer ear tab, but you can tell as soon as you see ear tab, you kind of get the gist of how it's going to sit on your ear or not. I know that when an ear tab is about a finger width, I'm going to have a gap and it won't provide as much coverage as I like or as I prefer. But because it is date night hair and it's event hair, you don't really care, because I personally would not wear glasses with this wig, but I will show you what it looks like anyway. So here are the frames and I will put it on. So because there's a lot of space, yes, it does fit snugly. Mine sits just above it, I think. Yeah, it just fits right above it. It is snug because the cap is tight. and wow, I look like a librarian with this one. But yeah, it fits nicely. I just wouldn't wear glasses with this because it is date night hair, and yeah, I just haven't needed to wear glasses with this style yet. So let me put my glasses to the side. So overall, I think this style is very, very pretty. It's very feminine. It has those beautiful curls and those really long locks and those layers and the swooping bang. And you know, it has so many benefits. Like double mono top is actually so comfortable. So if you are finding some wigs are, you know, causing you to have some itchy scalp, then I would probably recommend trying a Jon Renau wig with SmartLace, just so you can feel the comfort level is probably a little bit more superior to some of the other wigs. But yeah, this style is really pretty. It comes in so many other shades. I would really like to try this actually in Palm Springs Blonde at some point, or maybe even a strawberry shade. So I think I'm jumping on the red wig bandwagon or the strawberry blonde wig bandwagon for Australian fall. So you'll probably see some red wigs replace some of my blondes. But yeah, I think Amber is such an absolutely stunning wig. I have worn her probably around 10 times, just going out to dinners, to events, and really just looking amazing every time. She washes really well. I find that most Jon Renau fibres do wash really well. I had my Heidi for over a year, and I found with a little bit of steam, it was perfect. So this one would probably just need steam in the palm of your hand and hold a curl up, just so that the fibre could soften a little bit. But I haven't steamed it yet. I've washed it a few times because in the evening there's smoke and there's different things in the atmosphere. So yeah, she washes really nicely and the curl just bounces right back. So that is Amber from Jon Renau, and yes, I'm super happy that this one is in my wig collection. She is the perfect date night hair. You know, I might not wear 12Fs8 as much as I used to, but I do get some wear out of her when I go to events or, you know, for different parties and whatnot as well. So yes, if you're looking for some really pretty hair, which is not overly dense, I didn't talk about that, so it's not overly dense, but it is long, so there is hair there. But if you are looking for some party hair that's manageable, it looks great, you can tie it back, you can do some really nice updos with this too, then I definitely recommend you try out Amber from Jon Renau. So thank you for watching my review today, and if you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Kim. I have Alopecia Universalis, complete hair loss. I love wearing wigs, talking about alternative hair and alternative hair loss solutions, and I love to wear makeup. I would really appreciate if you would consider subscribing to my channel, and if you are already subscribed, thank you so much for checking out my video on Amber. So please don't forget to thumbs up this video if you have enjoyed it before you leave, and I look forward to seeing you all next time. Bye!